hear about Justin Roiland?
Oh, I was going to tell you the other day because good old C.J. Stevenson is good about sending me articles. And you read the whole thing with the Hollywood Reporter?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, it's just funny to like the first thought is like, oh no, what's gonna happen to Rick and Morty? And then they are like, man, he hadn't been really doing anything since the first season.
Yeah, Rick and Morty, the co-creator of Rick and Morty, Justin Roiland, he's already been accused of domestic abuse, been charged for it, and I think he's been charged for it. And
oh yeah, he was arrested for it.
Yeah, he's arrested for it. Inappropriate sexual behavior or conduct with what they say underage girls, sending them crazy sexual messages, sending just weird sexual messages to women. I mean, and soliciting women and going around openly talking about his sex life in weird ways. And the guy was, I didn't know he was that crazy.
No.
I mean,
no.
And they said, they said, because he tried to sit up here and say, well, listen, I do the voices for Rick and Morty, so you can't get rid of me. And then all these people online say, you know what? I sound just like that bitch. they tell you, if you want to get rid of him, I got you.
Right. Because that was his whole thing. Like, hey, if I do the voices on this and Solar Opposites, I'm a lock. They can't fire me.
And immediately somebody got online. Oh, jeez, I'm here. I'm ready. I'll do it. Yeah. Yeah, that was because he didn't do. They said he was doing nothing but voices.
Right.
There, and then he would not go to story meetings. He would not go to the writers' room. They said he got so weird that there were times when he would show up in the writers' room, but with the remote control car with a microphone on it, going around bragging about the threesomes he had, like with his girlfriend, and how they had that. They were just constantly bringing people in and shit.
Yeah. And plus them saying how, like in that early season, like all the really immature shit jokes were his, and you saw how the show kept getting smarter, and more structured. And he had nothing to do with any of that. That was Dan Harmon just going like, all right, let me bring in some people who know what they're doing.
Yeah, he was. They say he would sit there and just say stupid things just to throw the meeting off. Like they'd be trying to structure a good story, and he'd be like, I got a turd with eyes. Let's do a story about that. Or hey, what if his brain was on the outside of his head? People like, why don't you shut the fuck up? If you're not gonna help, well, just be quiet. Just sit back there and say nothing.
And it seemed like you think about those interdimensional cable episodes where it just be like one of those things after the next after the next. That's probably like, all right, let's give him this one where he can just rattle off with whatever stream of conscious thing he comes up with.
Man, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I said this. I said, man, that first Rick and Morty short, the one that he made, where it was about.
Doc and Marty,
and Marty was licking his balls. Yeah, Marty, lick harder. I was like, I don't get this.
Right.
I mean, this is just childish. I wasn't even offended. I was just like, this is just stupid.
Childish. Yeah.
I'm like, how did we jump from this to the show?